Actually gonna go get a drink of water. I'll be back. Did I come back into the middle of the race? Oh, it looks like I did. That's great. All right. So, I guess we gotta figure that. But oh, is the videos not synced up, or did Perfect forget to get his file? I don't know actually. Had to get his file ready. Timer on Perfect. I can check if he's got. Hold on. Twitch.tv/perfect. I'll see if he's got a timer on his stream. Okay. They should be able to clip the timer, I'll tell. Timer is right below the gameplay, we can see Brick off. Yeah, I just checked. Forgot Lama. Alright. There's no problem with that. An entire race to continue. And is it just me, or did Chris's stream just freeze? Oh, we got the timer on his. That was freezing because to sync up the videos. Yeah. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, that pauses the sync up. That's what I'm getting at too. Right now, we're good. Here we go. Here we go. It's Moon. Talking about the actual game, you know, that'd be important, right? So, this is the Cascade Kingdom. We just finished up the Cap Kingdom. There's nothing special there. That's basically just the tutorial. If you're new to the game, it's like, oh yeah, here are the controls. Here's Cappy. Here's some backstory line or whatnot. We don't care about storyline. We're speedrunners. Come on. So, it takes us like 2.5–3 minutes to do that, and then we collect our first moon. And Chris up here coming up on the Dino jump. Cued right here. See if he got enough distance. Looks like he's got it. Nice execution there. So using the trampoline to get to the boss loading zone early, skipping around a minute of platforming. Definitely a hard jump at first. Gets easier with practice, but you'll see every runner do that. It's pretty standard. I care about the plot. Most speedrunners, I mean, we skip every single cutscene. Like, we can't care about the plot too much. We got our first major boss fight, not too hard. Just got to make sure that we get enough distance between us and the wall here to pull up that chain jump all the way and then bring it back to hit her in the face. Get that 3 times. Cascade. If you guys could see in the top left of the screen for Perfect and for Chris, a little 5 sort of outline circles. One of them filled in so far for Perfect, and then Chris will have 4 of them filled in after this multi-moon. And that's how many moons we need to progress next one. And you'll see that in all the kingdoms, except for a couple, and you'll see that later on. But there's no set requirement to beat the final stage. It's a requirement per kingdom to move on. So in Cascade, we're going to need 5 moons to move on to the Sand Kingdom, and then, for example, in the Sand Kingdom, we're going to need 16 to move on to Lake Kingdom, so that's 21 in total, and then we need 124 if you add up all the requirements. So there's a minimum amount of moons we can get, but we also have to like subcategorize where we get those moons into different kingdoms. So it does make for some tight, really slow kingdoms like Snow Kingdom. We need 10 moons there, and it takes like 5.5 minutes. And then Seaside, we need 10 moons, but that takes just like 4 because the moons there are just a lot faster than the moons in Snow, and we can't get around the 10 moon requirement. We can't get, let's say, 12 in Seaside and 8 in Snow. It does make routing a bit easier as we only have to focus on each individual kingdom one at a time, but longer, which is fine. Like, not a big deal. But with that final moon we got there in Cascade, just on the ledge up there, we get our 5, repair the Odyssey, and we're off to the Sand Kingdom. See, the main sort of route difference, not a lot of differences between routes in this game, because it's just per kingdom, so you don't really see people do too many different things. But Sand Kingdom just has so many moons that we're bound to see differences between these routes for both runners. They go for first, like, ooh, Chris definitely didn't mean to do that. Oh, I still manages to snag that bird, so he'll be going for bird first before looking here. So we'll see what PerfectQuest opts to do, but a lot of it's getting certain moons in different orders, but there's also a lot of including and excluding some moons from the route here. We'll see what PerfectQuest does. We go for the umbrella. Most runners do that. For overlooking first, though, instead of bird. As Chris going over the top of the dune here, it's going to take a little bit of a hard jump here to get to. Definitely not intended. And nice. Looks like we froze the stream there, but on Perfect's side to get him synced up again. Completely sure what he's doing. I've seen this before. Sort of difference in routing. Skip rumble. That's very weird. I wonder what he's gonna do to recover from that. Or to get those extra moons, I should say. Perfect bonking on that cactus. Unfortunate. As damage you're gonna take, and damage cutscene misses the hat too. That's not good. Coupled with the damage cutscene, like I was saying, is you'll see when he collects this moon up here. Ooh, if he's able to get there, and hopefully he can get it this try. Unfortunate mistakes here, as Chris is just put the bullet bill to the lone pillar. Gonna go to luggage. Heading off this pillar, can't seem to stick it. Ah, there he goes. Nice. Right. But as you can see right here, when he collects this moon, there's going to be a healing cutscene. which are going to happen now, and that takes 2.2 seconds, along with the damage you take. So damage does just take up a bit of time here. So we're seeing Chris go for Sphinx here, and coins here. We need 200 coins actually throughout this run to buy 2 moons from 2 shops, and each moon's 100 coins. And so runners are going to have to make sure to watch their coin counts here, and the Sphinx is just a great way to grab those coins once and not worry about it. 1 tick of damage, 2.2 for 2 ticks of damage. I'm not sure. I know it's like around 2. That could be it too, yeah. I'm not sure. But Sphinx Flowing Sand's going to move on over to the bullet. The other bullet bill spot. Ruin skip in a couple seconds over here. So we're gonna break this block. Ooh, PerfectQuest falls off that pillar. Unfortunate right there, just missing his dive a couple times there. Wanna see? And Chris runs here going for Jaxie skip and flawless, gets it first try. Definitely harder than it looks. You need really precise wall jump there. If you get out of the bullet bill too early, you're not going to have enough distance to get that wall, but if you get out too late, then because you don't want to explode in the wall, because then you don't get vertical height from getting out of the bullet bill. But if you get out too early, you're not going to have enough distance. So definitely precise. And Chris here's got 1 more moon. I don't actually know what he did to get an extra moon than necessary here. But he didn't? Oh, he got Sphinx too. He got Sphinx with notes, yeah. Alright, that makes sense. So definitely 2 different routes coming out from the runners here. Chris is one of the more popular used ones. It's getting the Sphinx. One of the more advanced routes is, sorry, I was thinking about the routes there for a second. There's definitely a lot, as you can see. Just Perfect doing something that I've never seen before, just going for overlooking and nothing else. I wonder how he's going to recover from that. But Chris is moving on to Lake Kingdom here. I'm actually to go to choice between Lake and Wooded, but there's nothing that we need to do in Lake. That'll give us an advantage in Wooded, like getting enough coins, because we're already going to have 100 for the shop moon in Wooded Kingdom, so then to go to one place over the other, so it's just spamming A, whichever one's first. PerfectQuest taking a death there on Jaxie skip. This just an unfortunate Sand Kingdom overall. Just going to separate the runners early here. See if we can get it second try, but hopefully. Nice. Really weirder going more to the left side there of the wall, and Chris going on the far right for the runners, you know. But Chris about to capture a cheap sheep here in Lake Kingdom, one of the fastest kingdoms in terms of moons gotten translated into like time taken. String really well into each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to come down for a 5th one, and we're Perfect is going to get these 4 moons. And now he's got 1 here, taking notes. And then he's got the bird, if it's on the right cycle here. He's definitely going to get the bird here. And Chris runs, on the other hand, going for a cheap jump. Missed his hat throw, but that's a half-second mistake right there. But a little bit of sequence skip. Skipping like a couple piece switches here and there, but major. And Chris with a really nice boss fight, but Perfect just messing up taking notes. Just a really unfortunate mistake. Bit of precise hat throws, just couldn't finish it off. But it's kind of this time here. Be 1 moon short, so curious to see where he's gonna go for that. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's gonna go for slots. Maybe employees only is my guess. Just forgot about Rumble entirely. And I think he just totally forgot. As Perfect's about to finish up sand here, Chris already done with lake, moving on to wooded on a really nice pace here, actually. Definitely. If he keeps this up, it's like a 111 time. That was a really solid sand. All at early game. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Or 112 pace, I should say, but still on PB pace here. PerfectQuest with a rough sand, but he can bring it back. He can definitely bring it back. There's still around an hour to go here, but could lose a lot of time here on Wooded Kingdom. One of the needed by top runners. Just there's a lot of precise movement that doesn't look hard, but it's really unforgiving. There's also a lot of moons to get. Got 16, I believe. If I'm seeing that right, I think it's somewhere around that. Yeah, it should be 16. 16, alright. So, same amount as Sand Kingdom here, but or just because it's more spread out. And we do also do a boss fight. Nice movement so far on Wooded from Chris. What's doing right now is this triple jump to get over this wall is also a sequence skip in and of itself. Not really intended there. Also, he's gonna have to use this flyer to get back up. Not too bad, but still, don't want to be losing time, especially while you're behind by such a great example of why Wooded's hard. He's coming up right here for Chris. We got the flooded pipeway. One of the most movement-intensive parts of the entire run, if you can do it perfectly. And it's very hard to do this without taking damage and getting quick cycles. And it's going to need a nice wall jump to dive. Yeah, already too slow for the cycle. He'll be able to get the second cycle, though, fairly easily without taking damage if he's able to just sneak his way in through the fuzzies here, but that was unlucky, so I'm going to take the 2.2 seconds here. But mistake. Pretty average flooded pipeway. I'd say do that well, but I know I take damage a lot, but really hard to get that damageless. But this movement here, using a lot of ground pound jumps to get some extra height. The right, actually. See, most runners use this. There's a little ledge to the left that you can use to climb up. So we'll see most runners use that, but obviously safer. And played safe on this first cycle for the boss, but it gets too close. Just manages to hit him there, so not gonna be able to get the sequence skip. Gets that ground pound, so we'll see if he can get it here. Just too slow again. Don't want to die. That'd be really unfortunate. But looks like I'll be alright. Just don't get too close. As I say that, it's right here. Just a really unfortunate leg. Bring it back here this time. Right. You don't want to get too close here. Take that backflip. Unfortunate yet again. Just got through. So hopefully I'll be able to get it this time. Don't get too close with the ground pound. Unfortunate. We'll see if we can get it right here. Meanwhile, Chris is having a pretty good wooded, other than the... But you'll see that for most people. But takes a leap of faith here to get another tower, and will lead us up to the first boss fight. And we're actually decently slow just due to and stuff, but this one's not too bad. And there's also two really fast moons in this tower, one after the other. So you get one right here, and then do a little bit of a skip right there with the really nicely done, and we'll be able to start this boss fight pretty fast. What are their PBs? PerfectQuest, I think, has got a 129, and Chris Runs has got a what's it called? 113, 113, yeah. 129 versus 113, so these are the PBs, but not too bad. Yeah. Ooh, Chris going a little bit too early on the boss cycle. Not going to hurt too much, though, as he's not going to move. But definitely wish you could have... Oh, I'm tired, sorry. Oh, jeez. There won't be a healing cutscene after this multi-moon, so it's not too bad. Alright, struggling with the bunny a little bit here. Perfect, starting wooded. Chris is finishing wooded. So, a few minutes separating the runners, but that will happen with PBs so far apart. On to Metro Kingdom, or at least that's what the map says, but you know Bowser, he's always got to get in the way once in a while. That's his job, you know, so gonna interrupt our party session and so it's gonna be our first Bowser fight. We're gonna have one more at the very end of the run here, but pretty simple. This is actually the shortest kingdom in the entire run. Boss fight. Ooh, Chris getting that cycle skip. So what we're gonna see him do is grab the hat, kind of hold it with Cappy. Just a little bit too close. Bowser's able to re-snag that hat, but pull that hat out and wait till he just gets close enough so you can start punching before Bowser's able to jump away and do a little bit of a runaway phase. So saves a few seconds each time, but was lost by Bowser being able to grab that hat back. And meanwhile, PerfectQuest, we'll see if we can do it damageless. But and Chris with a really nice Bowser fight there. Finishing up Cloud, moving on to Lost Kingdom, because, you know, Bowser, even if we beat him, he's always got to do something, so or else he's going to shoot our ship, and it's going to be all broken up. We're going to have to find some moons to repair it. Lost is kind of special in the fact that where we just entirely miss the point of the entire kingdom. We just totally skip what we're supposed to be doing. And Well, Perfect is scaling this wall over here, doing a nice job of doing that. This is also scaling this mountain over here, but he's scaling the mountain for a reason. We'll see that in a little bit. There's a bird in this kingdom. We call him Klepto here in the community. It's because his entire job, our hat, and you know we don't like that. Our hat's our friend, you know. So we're gonna go around his trigger entirely, and then walk up to him in the face with our hat. For some reason, when we do that and trigger his attack phase, he will think that he has our hat. Because there's probably no check in place for checking if we've gotten the trigger, because the game's like, oh, how would they get to that part? The attack phase. Well, we proved him wrong. We scaled that mountain, so the stupid face bird thinks he's got our hat, and so the trigger no longer exists. Asking them for the next few moons without our hat getting stolen. And Perfect doing the first part of the story of Wooded Kingdom here. He's just got the tower left to go, and then he's going to be on to Chris. Nice jump there. Really, really nice. Nice moon grab there. Intentional death. Yeah, pace fist. You can skip that bird. Exactly how we do it, and then you can even kill it when you're up there too. So he'll never have to steal your hat, which is really nice. But yeah, that's the strat we do for Lost Kingdoms, like 2.5 minute kingdom if done perfectly. So. Arrow here, just gotta hope we can get this skip. Gets that skipper strike, good job. And Chris moving on to doesn't look too happy, you know. It's got that nighttime feel. So gonna do a little bit of platforming here in Night Metro. Hard awning jump here and get the first try. And another hard jump, long jump, pretty precise to get to the girder, but is able to do it perfectly. Unfortunately not getting the cycle skip on the boss for the first cycle, but look at it here. Nice, well done. A little bit tired, sorry, but Chris is coming up on Metro City Hall, Nighttime City Hall, one of the parts of the entire run. Everything in this room is risky. Nothing's easy. Really close to dying there. Flip, that's exactly how I do it. Well done. There's a wall jump there. That's one of the easier parts. Gonna slide down, and then we'll see if he goes for this risky cap jump. Looks like he's gonna do it. Perfectly executed from Chris. Terrifying jump of the entire run is you jump over all the progress you just made. Our angle makes that very hard. But he's able to do it. He's also going to approach one of the hardest moons. Or hardest bosses, not hardest moons. Hardest boss. One of the hardest bosses in the entire run is Mecha Wiggler here. Just the threat of the 2-cycle and all the fireballs he shoots at you and the motion controls with the tank and the tank reloading. It just doesn't make it fun. as Chris runs on the Metro Mecha Wiggler fight, we got PerfectQuest here on the Cloud Kingdom Bowser fight. So both on boss fights here. We'll see if Chris can get the 2-cycle. Down some fireballs here quickly. And then just a Wiggler. Gotta get as many orbs off as he possibly can. Looks like he's got 2 more shots to go. 1 more shot. But that's a glitch right there, but that's really weird. It had 1 lit up. Damage phase. Huh. Go Wiggler. Lambda Desk asked, are they playing with Joy-Cons, Pro Controller, controller adapter thing? So choice, like none of the controllers will give better movement over the other. Motion controls are used for a lot, so a lot of people, including myself, like using Joy-Cons because I think it's easier to like hold one hand and shake it and then have the other one stationary instead of shaking the entire controller. But what the player likes, there's no innate benefit to using one or the other. They both have the same control schemes. Hopefully that answers your question. Back to the game here, Chris runs after completing nighttime mission. He's on to daytime. PerfectQuest missing one of the Bowser cycle skips. Miss another one. Hopefully he doesn't die. Just there. See if we can get the jump over. Chris with a really nice RC car too. Metro need the most moons here out of any kingdom to advance. We need 20, and so it's the longest kingdom in the run. That's not true. I mean, it really depends. But Metro and Bowser are pretty tied, actually, between the longest. One of the top runners is uploaded. Kind of curious, but Perfect taking a sad death there, lost, so not too bad as you can just restart. But I'm gonna look for getting it this time. As if you do die, actually, and this is a good point to bring up, trigger for the bird will reset. So if you do die getting the second to last moon or the last moon, you're gonna have to go all the way around again and re-trigger that bird. I think that was unintentional, triggering that cutscene there. Going up anytime soon. Gets the butterfly well done, and Chris using some really fast strats to climb that pole. That's pretty impressive. J-Man, Chris is ahead by approximately 7 to 8 minutes. 7 minutes approximately here. 7, 8, yeah. Just depends on how well they can both do. Ooh, and now he's going to be ahead by a little bit more as PerfectQuest knows this now, but he's going to have to go around again. Alright, that's good at least. Or he doesn't. Oh wait, he does. Alright. He's going to use the tree stump here. For any accidental loading zones on the way. Yeah, that's good avoidance of the trigger, but gets the wiggler. It's funny. Just his setup there as the triple jump, yeah. Just a couple of unfortunate mistakes here and there, just some deaths, missing some cycle skips. A lot of little 20-30 second things that just all add up. As Chris is about to get some of the best moons in the entire game. Yow. No audio, unfortunately. Got 2 more moons left in Lost, and Chris has got 2 more moons left in Metro, so an entire kingdom separates these 2 runners here. Ooh, nicely done there. We'll see if he tries to get out. Nope, taking that unintentional death. If you're actually able to save your cap there and have it actually in Mario while you collect the moon, you get a refresh cap jump when you collect the moon. So it is possible to get out of that bridge and save a second or 2 from that, but it's pretty hard. Chris runs here. I'm gonna check his stream actually. I think he's on decent pace here. Haven't seen any him. Hey, he's in the green, so definitely on PB pace here. We'll see if he can have a nice Snow Kingdom. As he does have 100 coins, so he will be going to Snow Kingdom first. Do need to buy a moon in snow, so. Excuse me, but PerfectQuest starting dark, night, rainy, metro, whatever you want to call it, as Chris Run starts out in blizzardish Snow Kingdom. Outside's all snowy because we're gonna find Captain Toad here actually, because he's hiding in every kingdom, but the only one where he's on the route enough for us to get him. And so once we nab him in Snow Kingdom, we are going to nab him in Snow Kingdom. We're gonna, what's it called? Sorry. Well, and then refresh and start the main. Every stream's lagging a little bit actually, so I'll get that fixed in a couple of seconds. Bit of Twitch. Alright, there we go. For that, guys. But internet's been a little bit slow. I'm gonna buy the second moon here as PerfectQuest is going to the City Hall. Hopefully I'll have a good City Hall here. Just going way far out, but then, you know, if it works, then by all means. Getting on that pillar. Went up slowly, no problem with that. Chris with a nice tight wall jump there. Well done. PerfectQuest, nice cap jump. Hopefully he'll be able to hear this tight jump. Oh, he's just gonna play it safe. That's perfectly fine. Just gonna go around. Yep, not required to do that tight jump. Only saves like 7 or 8 seconds. And I don't know if I would be playing it safe in a race when you're behind by this much, but if he's not confident with that, then what are you gonna do? Chris getting the secret moon up here on the archway, and this is one of the just slowest kingdoms in terms of just amount of moons we get. Or we do the main storyline with the race, if you've played the game. That unlocks all these moons in the blizzard area because it becomes like not blizzardy. Oh, and it gets all bright and all these moons spawn. But before that, and before we do the race, and the race is like 3 minutes for 3 moons, and so that's obviously slow. Moons like 25 seconds. That would be 1 minute for 3 moons, and so that's not what we're looking for. So we have a total of 13 moons that we can choose from to collect for the rat. That's why Snow is short, but unfortunately PerfectQuest getting a 3-cycle Mega Wiggler. Just missed that last orb. I think he thought his shot was going to be higher than it was, so he was aiming for the lower one, but just didn't expect that one orb to be open where it was, so we'll see if we can get it here though. Can't be too hard. Alright, nicely done there. Pretty fast 3-cycle, but it is a 3-cycle, so unfortunately he's going to be losing just a bit more time. It's pretty spread out at this point. Have to take a lot of mistakes from Chris to be able to victory, but just unfortunately for Perfect, just in little mistakes, one after the other. And Chris almost fallen off there, but just coming up on the last moon here in Snow. Pretty nice pace too. Any major mistakes? Odyssey here. Nicely done. Seemed really nice. Hopefully with a good seaside from Chris and then a good luncheon, we'll be able to see a PB from him today. Because he is, according to his stream, he's 38 seconds ahead of his personal best. So that'd be really cool to see. Seaside does have one of the hardest jumps in the game, just in terms of preciseness. Hopefully he'll be able to get it. That's my bet. My bet is to be able to get it first try. He's been playing pretty well. Request right now on Daytime Metro. Pick up 12 or so moons here. It's gonna get Bench Friends, excuse me, one of my favorites. Not early for some reason, but gotta make sure you sit down on that bench. And what I tell you, Chris runs getting first try. So be done. Perfect, breaking the boxes to go in here. It's gonna get this moon and then warp to there. Well done. This well executed here on this but doesn't have his cast. I don't know if I'll be able to make that. Yeah, taking a bonk there, unfortunately. Not too bad though. Love when both run and gets a moon at the same time. Yeah, it's so satisfying. Love it when that happens. Chris capturing a Gushing here. He's going to use that to the Cheep Cheeps, as they're the fastest mode of transportation on the surface of water, and then Cheep Cheeps are the fastest mode of transportation below water. So it's below the water and Gushing's above the water to make ourselves go as fast as possible here. What's up, Luna? How's it going? Stuff's good. Pretty tired, a little sick, but through a race here, Chris looks like he's gonna get the win if nothing goes wrong. Nothing major, I should say, but yeah, stuff's good. Pretty entertaining just to see the different routes and movement both runners take. And Chris runs actually on pace for a PB, so that's always nice too. come out of Seaside here. No major mistakes. Had a couple bonks. Some decent movement with the fish, but nothing too crazy. So lose too much time if you lose there's any time here. Yao from PerfectQuest there, getting the drummer. He's got 2 more moons. So Chris was on the luncheon here. Sir Kingdom's got a lot of moons, but they go by pretty quickly. But it does have a lot of room for error. Nothing will go bad here. It's a pretty tight jump at the start. But it's a jump. I think he can get the luncheon jump too. Yeah. OTEP, yep, exactly. It's what the... Is it the bassist? The guitarist? I don't even know who's sitting over there. Or is it the no, the trumpet guy's on the roof. So Chris going for the C luncheon saw pile jump, gets it first try. Not watching his stream and then using the delay. But nicely done from him there, and so I got a moon hidden in the cracks here, or in the shadows. I think it's called like moon lurking in the pillar's shadow actually. And then a couple of wall jumps, gonna do a boss fight. Unfortunately, it does only give us 1 moon, so it's pretty slow, but terrible. PerfectQuest is 10 minutes 37 seconds behind. Oh, that sucks. Can't really recover from that one. Have to take a Christmas miracle for him to win this race. If he's 10 minutes behind, he could still PB. It's still definitely possible for him to. Actually, gonna pull up his stream and check his splits. Just curious. Chris with a nice boss fight there. He's gonna hop into this room, get the secret, and leave. And then a little bit of platforming coming up. So Chris gets that secret. PerfectQuest about to go by the moon in Snow Kingdom. He's got 100 coins, no worries there. Chris gonna stick the landing on that pillar, nicely done. Nice cap jumps there. When is ALTTP randomizer? I'll check that out for you real fast. Randomizer is 8 to 10:30 EST on beginning 1, so 3 hours and 20 minutes exactly. Comes with the Kobe right into that pot. Well done. Geister. How do you pronounce Geister stat? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, I probably botched that, but yeah, no problem. Luncheon does actually. There's 1 routing difference that we could see. There are 2 secret rooms in them, and so they're both actually around approximately the same speed, like a couple seconds faster or slower depending on how you execute both rooms. So let's go for Chris is actually opting to skip Oh, unfortunately missed that there. On that, nice. Forks room, so he's gonna be doing the Potogo room here. I think it's salt piles. I think the moon names it says like on top of a salt pile. Yeah. There you go. SWC with the knowledge. Salt. He just saw in the chat. Yep, I knew it. That's Twitch for you. Chris trying to avoid the spiky, not able to do it. Spiky's such a pain. If you throw your hat at them, they'll just stay alive and they just keep following you. Pick it up. A little bit tired, sorry. I don't know why. Got a lot of sleep last night. But PerfectQuest doing the Goomba room here in snow as Chris finished up the first story part of Luncheon. I'm gonna do the fireball room in just a minute here, and balls that we captured a little bit earlier. There's one tight jump in the run. In the room, not the run. It's more frustrating and easy to mess up because it involves motion controls, but I will try to feel better. But in the fireball room right now, when you see the fireball kind of dash forward pretty fast, and so it's gonna take a leap of faith here. I'm no good at that jump, so I actually do the Forks room instead. Quest about to pick up the last moon in snow, and he'll be on the seaside, so not too bad. This has got just one more moon to collect here in Luncheon, so he's not doing too bad. So a little slow, there were a couple mistakes, but nothing crazy. I think he's going to lose a little bit of time here. Luncheon's just a hard kingdom. That bonk isn't going to help him either. But it's coming up here. Just nicely drag us all the way to the multi-moon, so well done. Yeah, I'm checking his stream here. Bandit and splits, and that was a slow Luncheon. .8 seconds is what he says. So still in the green here for the PB, but and save around 40 seconds. Must have not have had a great Bowser's Kingdom, and it doesn't look like it based on his splits, but PerfectQuest stream, unfortunately. Put it up there. So after Luncheon Kingdom, we moment, please. Feared by all runners, but is going on to Ruin Kingdom, which is one of the weirdest boss fights in this entire game. Just the art style and the fact that it's like a Skyrim dragon. Just I know it threw me off when I first casually played. Not sure about you guys, but pretty crazy moment. Getting back to work. Boss it's kind of an auto scroller. Not too much to do. Kind of avoid the rings, avoid the electrical fight. Can't speed up any cycles or whatnot, so you won't see too much time discrepancy between runners. So just a fine time with the boss fight here for not too much to change. Excuse me, unfortunately. Cough, cough. Yeah, Chris with the good dragon fight there. Not too much to change about that, but went well for him, so that's good. More bananas. Bananas, yeah, I get that. I was confused for a second. I was like, bananas, what? That makes sense, I get it. In Bowser's Kingdom here, Chris runs. I like Bowser's Kingdom personally as a run. It's just so fun to move around. It's got a couple minutes of just forming, and then a couple minutes of just boss fights, and then a couple more minutes of hardcore platforming, and then a couple minutes of a hardcore boss fight. And it's just so fun to play through. I like it a lot. But yeah, we'll definitely see if he can execute Bowser's Kingdom well here. And if he can, definitely PB, so yeah. PB, Chris's PB is 113.54, so hopefully he'll be able to break that this run. Bonk there. Gonna waste a little bit of time, but not bad. Not too bad. Still gonna be able to recover. Think he can do it. Yeah, he can pull it through. Unfortunately, taking that hit there, but it's not too bad. It's gonna be able to recover. Getting glory hole, but got the cutscene damage, healing. What's it called? It's not too bad. Gonna get that story moon there. And extra moon, actually. You need 2 moons that aren't story to progress in Bowser's Kingdom. So getting that moon behind the wall. Well done. And now he's going to come up on 2 boss fights here. So both brutals before the other one we have. We'll see which one he's going to go to first. He's going to Harriet first. We would have seen in the Sand Kingdom, but we do skip. Gotta throw the bombs back at her. And then catch her spaceship when she moves around. We go. Ooh, it takes a hit there for some reason. Not sure why. Close. Each episode. Yeah, the beach episode was 40, 30, 38, 40 minutes in. Chris back up here. Almost. I think he thought he could get the second one there, but he's able to get the second cycle. He's got 1 heart there. See if he can get some hearts back. If he knows. Yeah, there we go. Really smart play. Checkpoints heal you up to full. That was really nicely done from Chris. Topper fight here. Got to stomp on that hat quickly. Down to stop on him when he turns. Nicely done. He knows, yeah, he's got it. Chris got it down. Nicely done. Really nice topper fight there from Chris. Nice, brutal fight execution. Lost a couple seconds on Harriet there, but topper was picture perfect. So a possibility if he's got a really good mech fight here to get a really nice Bowser Kingdom split. Up any movement here and there, and then hardest part. I'll see if you can have some fluid movement here, just platforming into, and we'll capture Pokio to climb up some walls in a second here, but not a second. It'll be a little bit ish. But then we'll just have the mech fight. So good mech fight here, but one of the hardest boss fights, if not the hardest boss fight for most people. It does take the hit from that spiny, but he's going to be able to grab a checkpoint up here. So for his health. I wonder if he's going to do birdless or not to climb this mech here. PerfectQuest stream just still dead, unfortunately. But looks like he's going to use the bird here. It's 11 seconds slower than not, but whatever works for the runner. Can't actually scale the legs using just Mario scaffolds to scale it entirely just with Mario, but it's a lot harder and no real point in doing so. So definitely see what he's going to do here. He's going to get off that bird and then dive back on and just try and keep on for that second cycle. He's able to do it. Gets the second ground pound. This one's the hardest to get back on whenever you opt to go for that yellow brutal there. But ooh, looks like he's just barely made it. Nicely done. So he's going to have to stand on this. Have to and the ground pound. Yeah, I think I'll wait till she's to stop moving. It's gonna do 5 steps. 5th step here. Playing it really safe, but you know, when you're in a race, there's no reason not to. Gonna get that final ground pound, moves right under Mara's butt. Nice, make a fight. Almost perfect. Got some audio there, that surprised me. But a couple slow cycles there, taking it safe and then list, but really nice mech. So looking at his stream here. He might have a gold split, so that'd be really nice. So those moons in bananas. He's gonna gold split here. Like a stream, but that's alright. Still finishing the run, yeah? No problem, dude. Mine's really bad when I race too, but... And it looks like he did gold split, so he's a minute ahead of his PB, so it's looking like a fat... if he's able to keep this pace up. We'll see. We will see. And Moon, and he'll have a PB in the bag. A long jump off, nicely done. Oof, almost fell there, but still a cap dive to bring it back. Yeah, I think he wasn't sure of that, but it's gonna be coming up on Moon Skip here, one of the pull off. It's a couple of really precise wall jumps. Making the game, I think the game thinks that there's some parallel walls or something. Just kind of you can wall jump. Ooh, that was really weird wall jump placement there. I've never seen that for the first one. It was really well executed. Gets it first try, so still definitely on PB pace here if he gets a good Bowser fight. Nice door opening there. Gonna take the hat, bring it up, see if you can get the cycle skip. There. Jump over, there we go. Looking like a fat PB for Chris. It's gonna be awesome. Take that second hat. It's a close. Gotta make that dive. Ooh, and well done there. Skipping that second cycle once again. It's between this and the Cloud Kingdom fight. It's Bowser's got this unskippable attack phase here where he spits out the fire. He's also got a lot more purple hats. Red donuts, the internet just kind of pooped out, I guess, or something. It happens. See if we can get this third hat here. Ooh, that looks far back. Saves it with the roll. Oh, looks like he's on pace for a middle 112 here. That's really nice. He's perfect Moon Kingdom so far, actually. Go for 2D skip or not. Hopefully not. On this PB pace, or 2D jump, I should say. See. It was 2 seconds. It was 40, so it's not worth it if you're. I want to go for it. I can tell. Section there doesn't die, so that's good. Should just be a free PB from here. Using those fireballs to break the wall earlier. A couple slashes in there, a couple more fireballs. And in that final room, it takes around a minute to do this, so just with a really nice time. Right, well done. Yeah, just trying to get as many hits as you can from far away to finish that up. And that fourth pillar, looking like a mid 112. Bring it back with a mid 112, and looks like Chris Runs is going to be the winner of this race with a final time of 112. Nicely done. We'll see if we can bring him in for an interview here. We'll see if he can join us here in a second, but the stream looks like he gold split Moon Kingdom too. Yeah, that was an awesome moon from Chris. No mistakes there. We'll see if we can bring him in. Sub gang, alright. See if I can DM Chris here. Chris. Great race. Awesome race from Chris. Nicely done by Chris again, yeah, with a PB. Bum, bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Unfortunately, PerfectQuest stream just cut out, so technical difficulties, capture cards, you know, not the friendliest. Yeah. But other than that, not sure what else. We'll check. I'll check actually. Is this Chris? Is that you?
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey.
What do you think about the run? You know.
It was a PB. Didn't expect a PB in a race. So it was pretty good.
It's definitely awesome too. No real major mistakes from what I could tell.
I got in luncheon once.
Oh yeah, I think I did remember that. That's why your luncheon split was a bit slow, but got the Jaxie skip. Lost Kingdom was really nice. 2-cycle Mecha Wiggler. Perfect Mecha Brutal fight.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was great, you know. And
thanks.
Still keeping up my streak of every single race I've commentated. One runner has PB'd, so but that's awesome.
No problem. Easy every time.
That's great. And looks like that was your race, third and final race.
Yes.
2 wins and 1 loss, from what I can tell. So, guarantee you a spot if nothing crazy goes on. Should be guaranteed.
What happened to Perfect Dream?
I think it just cut out with the capture card and whatnot. I think he said he's on Bazar's Kingdom right now or something like that. Yeah, so unfortunate that happened, but looks like he's got 1 win and 1 loss. You have 2 wins and 1 loss, so you're done with that. So Blair looks like he's already played everybody and lost all 3, so he's already out. You should have a spot secured in the next round, unless if PerfectQuest can get like a sub 1 hour time and beat Isaiah. But yeah, nicely done. Unless you have any questions, I think that'll wrap it up.
Thanks again.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome, great race. Obviously, awesome to see a runner PB, but yeah, with that, I mean, that should wrap it up for us. Definitely drop a follow for Chris and for Perfect. They do a lot of Odyssey streams, put a lot of time into their runs. Chris, especially with the PB here, 112 is a really nice time. It's almost.
Yeah, gonna submit it this time.
I think it'd be close to top 100. You would be 98th. So.
Okay.
That's definitely great. And I'm assuming if you're watching right now, you already followed the Speed Gaming, but if you're not, definitely drop a follow. They put in a ton of work in the background to make sure Speedrun or SRL is working perfectly. We got commentators, restreams, and all that, formatting stuff. We don't get to see, and even as commentators, we don't get to see all of it happen for all the hard work they give us. But
yeah, I will follow it.
I think with that, wrap it up. Yeah. I think we got another Odyssey stream coming up. It might be on this channel, actually. Yeah, it looks like it is. I think we bled over a bit into their time slot, but there's one coming up here, and then there's one like right after this, and then there's one coming up, and it's on Speed Gaming 2. So definitely stick around for more Odyssey. You got the LTTP randomizer coming up at 8 p.m. EST. It might be pushed back a little bit. Some 64 tomorrow, and then there's the whole RTA Japanese marathon going on for the next 4 days on Speed Gaming 3, 24/7. So got a lot of taste for everybody. And yeah, with that, it looks like we're changing up the stream layout already for the new run. So I'll be off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.